Happy New Year everyone, and we are kickstarting 2024 with the 2024 Kia Sonet Facelift. It is going to be taking part in the most competitive segment, and that is the compact SUV segment. Now we're going to quickly tell you what is new about the 2024 Sonet, but in terms of mechanicals and powertrains it remains more or less the same. Or does it? Well, stay tuned and find out. So let's quickly take a look at the design of the 2024 Sonet. You can take a look straight away and see that the tiger nose grille has been tweaked. But more so, you now get these sleek looking LED fog lamps. Now these are the top end versions. The mid-range ones, they get two cube LED fog lamps. Now you take a look at the LED headlamps also. They have been redesigned. It's a bit more elongated as well. And if you look at the headlamp, now it merges into the tiger nose grille. This is predominantly what the front looks like. You take a look at the side profile, it is predominantly again the same, but the Kia Sonet comes with 4 different alloy wheel options, and this is the first in its segment. It comes with 3 16-inch alloy wheel options, while the entry level comes with a 15-inch alloy wheel. As you mentioned, again, this is the top model, this is the GT line, so it comes with a dual tone alloy wheel. Now let's take a look at the back. There are again a couple of tweaks. The major tweak here is that it comes with an LED connected lamp, or a bar lamp. It's completely LED. This is something that we saw in the Seltos last year. Now it also is available in the Sonet, and the top lines, the GT line and the X line, they come with these roof spoilers, or just spoilers as you would like to call them, plus with an brake lamp also merged into it. Before we get into the cabin, let's quickly take a look at the boot space. Now the Sonet continues to offer 385 liters of boot space. You can see it is fairly decent and has fairly good spacious boot space where you can put your luggage in. The Sonet's cabin was always class leading when it came to build quality and felt a lot more premium than a compact SUV, but now they've taken the game further and they've got a dual screen. Now this is a 10.25-inch infotainment system, touchscreen of course, and it has a 10.25 instrument cluster also. Now this is only for the top range, while when it comes to the mid-range, the infotainment system becomes a bit more smaller. It is around 8-inch and the instrument cluster becomes 4.2-inch. But the dual panel comes standard and everything remains all digital. Now the Sonet also comes with maximum number of interior color combinations, starting from all black, dual black beige, brown and black inserts, then black with white inserts, and a black with sage green inserts, which is exclusively for the X-Line trim, and the X-Line trim is only available as a top of the line variant. Kia has also continued to upgrade its features, and that's the reason why you now get a wireless phone charger right here. And you must be wondering, why do we have a wire here? Because unfortunately your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto is not wireless, which is something we felt Kia did miss out in. You can see forward safety, so that's basically avoid collision, then lane safety, blind spot view monitor. Now it has a 360-degree camera, so it shows a view from all the 360-degree side. Plus it also has 2 cameras underneath the ORVM, so every time you click on the indicator, the camera shows the screen on the instrument cluster, so it's easy for the person behind the wheel to take a look at what incoming traffic is coming on its way. So there are a couple of other updates in the Kia Sonet, and first and foremost you get is front ventilated seats right here. That is very helpful. Again, as you can see, it has 3 different fan modes, again very helpful. Then you have your 360-degree camera option, so that is again very helpful when you're parking. Then it continues to offer 3 different drive modes. You have Sport, you have Eco, and you have Normal. Then you also have the 3 different traction modes right here. You can just beside the drive mode, and once you click it, it has snow, mud, sand. Now, just to keep in mind, when it comes to drive modes, the steering wheel, the weight of the steering wheel also changes accordingly. Another convenient feature that Kia has launched in the Sonet is the 4-way electric power driver's seat. This is the button that takes care of your backrest, and the lower button slides the seat back and forth. Very convenient and very helpful. I'll just quickly tell you the ADAS functions. It is forward collision warning avoidance assistance, then of course your lane departure warning, lane keep assist, driver attention warning, which is very important. Leading vehicle departure alert is again something that is very helpful, and of course lane following assist along with high beam assist. Kia has also done some improvements in the rear. First and foremost, the rear space has always been a bit tight in the Sonet, but now they have improved by doing some smart work. First and foremost, the front seat that you see, the backrest is now swooped in so that you have a little bit more of a breathing space for your knee. The other thing is the angle of the seat squab. It actually offers better thigh support. So these are 2 major updates for the rear passengers. And yes, of course, how can you forget? Now the rear passengers also get rear curtain as well, which is very helpful because in India, well, there's a lot of sunshine. So again, a smart move by Kia. So the Sonet continues to be available in 3 different engines. The 1.2 litre naturally aspirated, that's the petrol one, that has a power output of 82 bhp. Then of course the all-powerful turbo petrol, which is a 1 litre engine and has 118 bhp. But the one we are driving is the 1.5 litre diesel engine that has 114 bhp and a lot of torque, 250 Nm. Now this is the automatic version, so it is paired with a 6-speed torque converter. Now, as we mentioned earlier, in terms of mechanicals as well as powertrains, there's not much difference, but due to high demand or due to the customer response, Kia has also brought back diesel manual, which is mated to a 6-speed manual gear. So now coming back to the automatic, now the engine and the automatic gearbox, they work seamlessly. It's actually quite refined. There is of course that engine noise that you can hear off and on a bit, but still quite muted because of the engine clatter of a diesel engine. But there's always plenty of torque, whether you're driving in the city or you're cruising on the highway. The engine just automatically responds to whatever requirement there is. Now when you cross the 2000 RPM mark, that is when it really kicks on the turbo and a lot more power you can feel. Like over here right now, we just crossed the 2000 RPM and you feel the power increasing. Good thing is that the power does not plateau out. So when you cross the 4000 mark, there's another surge of power there, and that makes it a great car for the city as well as for cruising on the highway. The gear shifts are very smooth, and the best part is that even on automatic version, if you don't opt for the manual option, then it also downshifts quite quickly. Now it comes with paddle shifters right here, so again a lot more involving driving experience. Now just coming to the driving modes, there are 3 of them: Eco, Normal and Sport, which we have already mentioned. The good thing about Eco is it doesn't really sap out the entire energy or the power. It's still very much usable. Of course, it's not as responsive, but not supposed to, because it's got to be fuel efficient. Normal, of course, is your default, which is the best of both worlds. And if you go for Sport, well, you can hear how it's revving up. So this is Sport, and in the 3 different modes, the weight of the steering wheel also changes. So that is again something that keeps the driving experience quite involving. It also comes with 3 traction controls, which we've already mentioned before. All in all, the 6-speed automatic diesel is quite a fuel efficient vehicle. As per our short drive, it is showing over 20 kilometers per liter. We are guessing it go a bit more higher, but then we were also gunning it on the highway. But again, as I mentioned, it is quite an all-rounder. After briefly driving the 2024 Sonet Facelift, we can safely say that it is an all-rounder. And you got to keep in mind that recently Kia also revealed that the Sonet is one of the most affordable cars to maintain in its segment, and also the resale value. Now that makes it a huge or a great proposition for a customer. Well, we drove the diesel version, which is the automatic one, and in terms of driving experience, the performance, it is right up there, and the torque converter, it is quite responsive at the same time. What we felt that in terms of the ride quality, they have improved it because it's not as sharp as it used to be or as firm as it used to be, especially in the diesel version. It's slightly on the softer side, which is a lot more comfortable, and it's not as painstaking as it used to be. So that's the reason why we believe that with features packed in, with ADAS and a lot of other convenient features, and also keeping in mind the rear space, which was a problem for the previous version of the Sonet, they have worked on a lot of things. So we believe that this is quite an all-rounder, but you got to keep in mind that it is going to be taking on a lot of competitors like the segment leader Tata Nexon, Maruti Suzuki Brezza, its cousin Hyundai Venue, and a lot more other vehicles. So you gotta pick and choose very carefully, but we would say that if you're in the market for a subcompact SUV, then we suggest go take a drive and find out what the Sonet is all about, because it will manage to knock the socks out of you. If you have not already subscribed our channel, please do so, and do let us know, will the Sonet be the game changer in the sub SUV segment?